Hi friends, my name is Borrodante and welcome back to the Outlandish Curiosity. The new page. Okay, so here we are. Ignore these spots on the left, that's just I puked on the canvas. I was thinking about the composition. So, what happens in this page is Gilbert said bye-bye to the Travis and went ahead with his journey wearing the bone facade on his face all happy. And now he walks towards this big tree that is called Birdrinal tree. And it has a very nice berries. And so Kevin stops... Not Kevin. And so Gilbert takes a break to devour some of these fruits. Not from this tree specifically, but there's a bunch of fruit anyway. So, and on the tree, on this Birdrinal tree, there's Bulburdrin, which is this little fella that we drew a concept of before. So basically, the composition is really close to this one. So there will be like a close-up on the tree. This is a branch. And there's Bulburdrin right here, and he's eating the berry from the branch. And in the background, like on the ground, the camera is kind of facing down a bit. There's Gilbert standing, and he's eating berries. And this little guy, who's Crickweed Beetle, is approaching his boot to charge him with his strong nose. Because that's what Crickweed Beetle does. So that's the composition of the first picture, and on the second picture, a crickweed has charged Gilbert, and Gilbert has the stunned crickweed in his palm. He lifts the creature up to a tree branch near a copious amount of red Numbu berries. So we're painting that, like Gilbert is putting the crickweeds onto another tree where there are red berries. So let's start with defining like basic compositions with this kind of like pukey gross spots on both pictures. I like working in batch, so at least 2 pictures at a time. So we'll go over the whole base of the whole thing, and I don't know, as much I have it in me, we'll finalize it as close as we can. Not finalize, but you know, drop as much colors and details as we are capable to today. So, I don't know, I'll try to move around some spots to make it look a bit more specific for this composition. I'm still in a separate layer. Hate separate layers. Hate working with transparency. So I just cloned the page and merged it. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Oh, also, I made a slight change to my move tool. Remember the move tool? Now it has soft edges as a default feature of the round brush, so hardness is 35%. I kind of always thought of that, but I thought it would like look gross. Well, it kind of is, but less gross than super sharp brush, considering super sharp just looks like this and like what the hell is that? So this is my default move tool now, with pretty soft edges. Okay, so let's paint a bit. This is the basic idea already, so let's see where we can push it. I feel like Gilbert... I constantly try to say Kevin instead of Gilbert. Well, this is the Kevin story. I guess this is his alter ego, so that makes sense to call Gilbert Kevin. So anyway, let's move Kevin a bit around. So yeah, we need him, like his head should be visible under the texts. So we have to, like, pay attention to everything, consider everything. Okay, maybe we should need to increase the angle of this branch, because Bulburdrin has a very happy tail, and it will cover up the right boot of Gilbert, where we should show an approaching crickweed. So let's move things around to give enough space for everybody. Kinda like that. We can see the crickweed about this size, maybe a little bit smaller, not sure. Why not this size? And so here's Gilbert eating the berries, taking them from his hand. Okay, seems cool. Yeah, looks interesting. I think it would read pretty well. We'll work better on the shape of the bug and everybody in a moment. Now let's do the composition, the same kind of vomit sketch on the second page. So in here there will be a floating donut. Let me lift this fellow to a nice spot with ripe, fleshy Numbu berries. Okay, let's prepare the fleshy Numbu berries spot. I don't know, should we do the strong perspective in this one as well? First of all, it's kinda hard and I can mess it up. And it might be not the best to just keep the same kind of perspective in both pictures. Numbu berries, they grow on another kind of tree. I want to make it look special. We made some kind of hint here that the Bordrinal tree will be looking also unusual. And I think it will make like cool holes and weird things going on all the branches and on the main stem as well. So in this case, for the Numbu berry tree bush thing, we'll go also kind of interesting. Okay, let's search a bit. Let's make this Numbu tree kind of like having some kind of like platey kind of things. On top of them there are these berries, and that's where Gilbert is putting our cricket beetle. Yeah, that would look cool and unusual. So in here we have like this direction of the things. And here let's make like the opposite or something. So the berry plate will be somewhere around here. And another one like there, and they're like all on the branches. Oh yeah, this will look cool. So there will be like an arm reaching here and putting the cricket beetle. So this is basically like a close-up on the cricket. Or should we put the cricket on the palm like this? It says in the description, it's in the palm of his hand. Yeah, I guess we should do that. Oh yeah, and cricket will be staring at these berries and all like, whoa. Yeah, that'll be fun looking. In the initial concept, is this the kind of berries that cricket only eats? If so, then apparently he's using these pincers to cut them down, so they have to be on branches. Let's change the concept of this plate then. I still like the idea, but the berries themselves, they can be like this or something. The weirder it gets, the better, so it will look interesting. So let's rotate the arm a bit like this, so this thing is not all that up high. I mean, it's high for the beetle, but not necessarily for Gilbert Kevin. So yeah, let's see what we can do with this thing. I don't like this palm in the middle. I still like the plate idea, but thing is, if they would be like this, then the berries, when they get ripe, they fall down, and they're just in the cup in this plate thing. Kind of defeating the purpose of the berries. So yeah, let's, I don't know, I like this thing the way it looks, but it kinda doesn't really work. Oh, I know. Yeah, let's remove the plate from here, from the bottom. And so this thing, it will be kind of like here. And our main big plate will be kind of here. So the point is that berries are kind of like hanging off the plate. I just like the design element of the plate, so it doesn't really matter how exactly it goes. But the cricket himself is designed to be super awesome at walking on tiny branches, so I guess that's where we will put him. There will be a branch going underneath this plate thing. So let's do that. Let's make these branches really like twisting into these spiral things, since spirals are like a brand feature of this whole universe, this island. Okay, this looks interesting, I kinda like it. I don't like the branches intersect like this. Let's change it somehow, maybe this branch will go lower. And also like further away, so it will go away into the air perspective a bit. And we have like a lot of space here. Let's make like a rich, big branch with a lot of these berries, which is basically what the story tells us, that there's a lot of them, and they're like a good place for this cricket. Or maybe we should just zoom in more on the beetle, right? Because it's kinda small in the whole picture. and we want to take a look. So let's make this part kind of bigger. Or just actually arm, right? Because the branches are all right. And so there are a bunch of tiny branches like this that are hanging off the big ones, and they have a lot of berries. Oh yeah, and this will be like in front, like covering up the arm even a bit. It will look more interesting. So these are some leaves on top, and let's add some of them in here as well. So I added leaves on top, and they are catching a bunch of sunlight to even out the brightness behind the text. There will be like a brighter spot there. 'Cause I'm a thinker. Okay, so I think this is the composition for now. Let's turn it into color spots from this vomit color. It's a shit color, let's face it. And we'll turn it into green vomit. So yeah, let's, I don't know, just switch this into color and then maybe detail it for a little while. So, color, I guess, literally. The ambience is mostly going to be this, so I'll just fill in everything with green. Okay, so let's see. Let's drop some sunlight spots here and there, breaking through the forest to highlight important areas. What color does this Bulburdrin have? I want to make him like weird, like bright purple, and when he gets more transparent, he switches to like orange-ish color, like amber kind of thing. Let's see where this gets us. So... oh right, it's 2016, so everybody has trypophobia because it was trendy on the internet. So I guess we can't do the holes in the branch. Let's make them into bubbles or something. Damn you, internet. Holes are like the best. Wow, this is super interesting, but it might take a while to find the proper shape and interesting colors and lights, but feels like a good beginning. So I think this bug should be like super translucent everywhere. I think everything should be translucent so it would be really, really pretty. I want to make this bag in front, like the belly bag, a bit kind of like bigger, hanging over the branch like this. Oh, he turns out to be pretty cute. Even geometry kind of starts to make sense, even though I wasn't really trying all that much. But it looks kind of cool. Okay, so I guess we're almost done for this episode. Let's do some final strokes on this one, on Bulburdrin composition. And Creekweed's main colors will be in the next episode. Okay, well this is pretty epic. The highlights really brought some extra touch to the thing. So yeah, the work is obviously not finished, and like the search even, but I think we brought it to somewhat of an interesting defined result here and there. Gilbert requires a bit more work, but just on like in detailing. The tree requires more search, meaning we'll literally just have one leaf and one berry hanging from it, and that's it. We should add more leaves and more berries all over the place, and maybe even more branches like here. I'll mark it in, actually. Something like that. Also, more colors on the branch itself, the main branch, and on the other places probably as well. But yeah, the main part of the page is pretty legit, I say. So yeah guys, you tell me what you think on both compositions and whatever. Although it's probably hard to judge this thing so far. as well as it was kinda hard to judge this. But yeah, this is it. Really glad to get back to this series because this is super awesome and fun. Really interesting story, kinda like aimed to have beautiful pictures, so this is such a cool field to experiment and search something awesome. So yeah, hopefully there will be a lot more episodes of this in the nearest future, so you just wait. And I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Eat your berries. Do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. It looks like a very delicious gum. Or a sex toy.